Now, whether it's been celebrating on the ice or questioning something he's said in interviews and at conferences, there is nothing that can dispute the fact that he is one of the greatest athletes to ever play in Chicago. And it is something that we're going to be talking about for a long time, is his impact both on and off the ice. Jonathan Toews is playing his 1,000th game, and Toews is set to become the 366th player in National Hockey League history and the 8th player to skate 1,000 games with the Blackhawks, and the 7th to play his first 1,000 NHL games with the team. Drafted 3rd overall by the Blackhawks in the 2006 NHL draft, Toews is a 3-time Stanley Cup champion, 2010, 2013, 2015, a 2010 Conn Smythe recipient, the winner of the Selke Trophy in 2013, and was named one of the 100 greatest NHL players in 2017. 355 goals, 489 assists, 844 points, 67 game-winning goals. The captain serious, and I don't know how much longer he will be skating at the United Center, whether it's from injuries, whether it's roster moves, but the impact that Jonathan Toews has had in the city and the culture, and it's going to be a complicated conversation because of everything that's happened since the Stanley Cups, since the draft day, since all the accomplishments. There have been times where he hasn't said the right thing, and then there's been times where he has been the hero from the comic book that we've all thought that came from Canada. So I think regardless of how all these different stories have played out for Jonathan Toews, it's been cool that we had one of the all-timers play in our city, and we were able to watch some really great moments. And this is what we've been talking about here on the Sports Cubicle. It's Devin Tingle, it's Paul Chivari, it's Dan Marver, I'm Mike Mercado. When we talk about these Blackhawks teams, these legacies, we're going to have to talk about what happened with these sexual assaults and the cover-up. But for the moment, talking about Jonathan Toews and his impact, Paulie, what do you think about the captain playing this 1,000 game for the Blackhawks?
Well, it is very polarizing. I mean, up until recently, I had a lot of respect for him, and it's nice to see him play a long career. This was anticipated when he came into the league at a young age that he would have a long, fruitful career, and 1,000 games in a Blackhawks uniform and 3 Stanley Cup championships that he was the first one to hoist every single time. It's special. And I'm wondering if he's also the most games played with the head captain insignia or the designation on the uniform. But it's a very special time for the organization. I'm not gonna take that away from the organization. And of course, I think under an alternate universe, perhaps his former coach Joel Quenneville would have been there to help him celebrate because they're playing the Florida Panthers tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a story that should have been a lot nicer and easier, and because of decisions that grown men made, it won't be that simple. It'll be a lot more complicated. But once again, Devin, for the time being, the thought of Jonathan Toews, his impact on the organization, the city of Chicago, you and I growing up around the same time, along with Paulie, seeing this version of the Blackhawks compared to the team that people older than us saw in the 90s. And then, of course, those teams that won the Stanley Cups in the 60s, the impact of this all-timer, maybe final seasons, the sunset coming on Jonathan Toews' career.
I mean, very much so. I mean, it was funny when I was actually doing research about Toews. I look at his numbers. The number one question was, has Jonathan Toews retired yet? So it's like, definitely proves he's been there. But 1,000 games with the Blackhawks. I mean, hell, before the Blackhawks drafted Jonathan Toews, was there a player on that team in the past 15 years that played for more than 100 games with the Blackhawks? They're getting rid of people left and right because it was funny. Bill Wartz, didn't give 2 craps about his players because of money, and we thought Rocky Wartz cared. But I don't want to get into that right now. We're not going to take away this moment from Jonathan Toews here. Definitely one of those kind of like icons, in the city of Chicago here. And when you think about the great teams, you think of the Bears, you think Walter Payton, you think the Chicago Bulls, you think Michael Jordan. When you think the Blackhawks, you're going to think Jonathan Toews. So, I mean, of course, he 3, as Paul said, 3 Stanley Cups. He's been the captain. He's hoisted them. Like, I think I got a little Blackhawks poster in the corner. I got them all. Sure, there's Jonathan Toews. He got the cup over his head. It's just it's iconic, and that's the kind of thing that I think guys like Jonathan Toews bring to the city of Chicago here. So it's like definitely a hockey Hall of Famer and definitely like a Chicago legend, that will be remembered for probably the rest of time.
And it goes beyond just the Cow Beach situation. It goes beyond winning Stanley Cups. He was somebody who was a face of concussions and upper body injuries, as the NHL likes to say, and keep everything in secret. And we've not seen him play for a long time, having complications, what it seems like, from an illness, and just so much secrecy. So while it looked like Patrick Kane was always under the spotlight, there was always some secrecy behind Jonathan Toews. And I think that was the allure of him. Captain Serious, the way he played through injuries, won. And now that we're on this side of it, I think we're going to remember a lot of the good times, and we're going to have to bring up some of the times that weren't the best for both him and the organization. But it doesn't take away what he did on the ice. And it also doesn't take away from you, the fan, listening to us here on the Sports Cubicle. Whether everything has been tarnished for you or whether you're able to separate it, this is a moment the entire city of Chicago will be talking about when the retirement comes. You know, this is a big moment right here. But when you see a game like this, you can kind of start feeling the horizon coming of the end of the career and this complete run of Blackhawks team being over. And now we just count down the days to see what happens with Patrick Kane and how, when he has his next big moment, how we remember him. And I think that's going to be fascinating about this legacy of this Blackhawks team. Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, what happened with Cow Beach, what happened with Joe Quenneville, what happened with Bill Wirtz, now with Rocky Wirtz. It's always going to be that, yeah, but for today, congratulations to Jonathan Toews, and hopefully we're able to enjoy one moment of Blackhawks hockey this season. We want to know your thoughts. Let us know. I know it's complicated. I know it's not the way we wanted to celebrate it, but it is a moment in Chicago sports that will go down forever. And again, a legacy that's both complicated and interesting, but one that hit the mountaintop. Let us know your thoughts. We're on Twitter at Sports Cubicle TV. It's Devin Tingle. It's Paul Chivari. I'm Mike Mercado.